Alright guys, just going to be kind of a shorter video here, I think. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at doing some of the skill stuff. We're going to handle the skill costs and stat bonuses. There is a professional bonus. We're going to worry about that after we do all the skills. I don't know if that's the official order that you do those things, but whatever, that's fine. I'm going to change, also I'm going to change this. I said last video there is no, I think I said last video there's no similar skill bonus. So I'm just going to change this to, whoops, to hitting my Windows key, to miscellaneous. In case there are any miscellaneouses, such as Prodigy 1 stalking from being an elf, from being a high elf. So that's where that kind of stuff will go. So this table, this is table 3.1 that we were looking at before. Who knows what page number it's going to be on. Right now, its page is, let me see. Wow, table 3.1, is that? Oh yeah, that's way back here. This is table 3.3, so gosh, even before that. And there's 3.2, and then finally... Oh wow, where did 3.1 go? Anyways, let's not worry about that then. It's table 3.1. Possibly when they get done with it. Who knows, it might not even be in order. Actually, here it is. In the current PDF, it's table 4.1 on page 46. But they've got table 3.1 in their in the updated stuff, probably because they're going to remove chapter 1. Is going to be my bet. Chapter 1 is not about character design or character creation. It basically kind of goes over the general rules of the entire system, including how skills are used and all other kinds of stuff. So we're kind of like, wow, a lot of this is like we're kind of getting like 20-30 pages into how to play the game. We haven't even looked at making a character yet. I don't know. And maybe that's an issue because maybe that feels like an issue to Rolemaster people because Rolemaster people have played one version or another and they're kind of like, we don't need the tutorial on this, especially not 20 pages of tutorial. I think that was probably one of the problems is they're just like, even if you put that up front, don't make it 20-some pages. Anyways, that's off topic. That's neither here nor there. I'm adding time that isn't character creation time. What you'll see here is by category, they have 2 stats, and then they have another stat for the specific skill. Originally, they had, like if we look at the book, 3 stats per category. That did make it kind of easy. Every animal skill is this, every awareness skill is this, every lore skill is this, etc., etc. Though there were some people who were like, oh, but what about that one skill here or that one skill there? And of course, previously, every skill had its own stats, right? They were declared, even if they all were very similar in the same category. So they just tried to more generalize it, but that really didn't sit well with the playtesters that much. So what they did was they said, okay, 2 of the 3 stats are at the category level, and then the third stat is by skill. Even though, like if we take a look at animal, presence and presence. If we take a look at mental discipline, self-discipline, self-discipline, self-discipline. Take a look at movement, constitution, 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 constitution. So there's only actually a few places where it really matters exactly what skill is. But besides the point, this is how you then fill in your appropriate stats. So all all lores are memory, with and they are almost all of them except for spell lore are reasoning. So any lore we pick up is going to be memory, reasoning. Memory, reasoning. There's a lore racial lore, there's a lore material lore, there's a lore creature lore. There's a lore spell lore, whose particular stat is intuition. And that's all the lures we got there. And let's see what's next. An awareness. Awareness is all of the awarenesses are intuition, reasoning, self-discipline. Intuition, reasoning, self-discipline, but I don't think we have any other awarenesses. The only other awareness skill, anyways, is tracking. There's only 2 skills in that entire category. Brawn for body development. I don't know if that's what we're at next, but I just know it's a skill. It's Constitution, self-discipline, Constitution. Yep, that's actually where we are. Unarmed combat. We look at combat training, unarmed. So it's agility, strength, and then either strength or agility, depending on which one it is. We took striking, so it's strength. So it's agility, strength, strength. Hey, there's a lore we missed. See, real easy. We missed it. We don't have to look it up again because the other lores are pretty similar, and we know that the only oddball is spell lore. Movement, running, agility, strength, and then they're all constitution. So agility, strength, constitution. Math and the sciences, science, memory, reasoning, reasoning. Social influence and social awareness. Is there even a difference? Yes, there is. So socials are empathy and intuition, with influence being then presence, but awareness being another empathy. So empathy, presence, intuition, right? Well, it's out of order, but it's the right stats. That's actually kind of important because if you look at it as a reference, you want to know what the first 2 that they share are. Empathy, intuition, another empathy. Crafting for the leather, agility, memory, and self-discipline. These vary a bit. These actually vary. There's like 3 different ones in here, right? Self-disciplines, intuitions, and strength. But for leatherworking, it's agility, memory, self-discipline. Vocation, trade. So vocations are empathy and memory, and then trade is then reasoning. Empathy, memory, reasoning. And again. And then acting, performance arts. Performance arts are empathy and presence. And then acting is memory. So empathy, presence, memory. Alright, so what we're going to do with these. If you remember, these stat bonuses are a lot smaller. This one is more like what I understand RMSS was like and RMFRP, where we simply total the stat bonuses. That's why they're smaller, because we're not averaging them, we're just totaling them. And it's not about the stats, which is actually the official rule, the temporary stats, which is the official rule of RM2. It goes directly to the bonuses. So, that's not what I want. So memory, reasoning. 2 memories is the 6. Reasoning, is a -6. That's unfortunate. So, all the lores besides spell lore have a, whoops. All the lores except for spell lore have a 0. Alright, and then spell lore, 6 from the 2 memories, and then intuition, which is another 6. So that gets 12. Alright, let's hop back up. Perception awareness is intuition, reasoning, self-discipline. So 6, 8, 2. This reasoning is killing us. Body development, 2 constitutions and a self-discipline. 4? No, 2, -2. Ah, that's unfortunate. Unarmed, double strength and agility. So -2 and 2. Running, agility, constitution, strength. So agility and strength is 3, and constitution brings it down to 2. We have a memory, reasoning. That's going to be worse than the other ones. So double reasoning is -12. Memory is going to bring it up to -9. Empathy, intuition, presence. Interestingly enough, those are the 3 magic stats. I never noticed that before, right? Empathy for essence users, intuition for channeling users, and presence for mentalist users. So that's interesting. So these 3 right here. That's pretty good. That's an 11. Social awareness is double empathy, intuition. So 6 and 6 is 12. Leather crafting, agility, memory, self-discipline. Agility's 4. Then we got 6. And then what, memory? Oh yeah, so that's a 9. Agility, memory, self-discipline. Yeah, 9. Right? Yep. Empathy, memory, reasoning. I'm trying to remember if that's somewhere else so I can just copy the number down, but I don't think it is. Empathy, memory, reasoning. Though we've got 2 of those. A 3. And a 3 is 6, and that reasoning. That reasoning is killing. I think in the first video that I never hit record on, I was commenting that with this stat arrangement, what Tim would probably want to be doing as he was loving this character is targeting reasoning, because a -16 is absolutely horrible, and targeting presence because you only get to pick 2 stats to raise, and targeting presence because that will be involved for his magic, and it's kind of low, and I mean, it's not pathetically low. He at least has a positive bonus, but it could get much better. And we need to really get out of this -6 cat area for reasoning. Like, we at least need to bring it up to -2, -1, so it's not killing so many skills. So, empathy, presence, memory. Well, empathy and memory is 6, and then presence is 8. Okay, so those are the stats. The other thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to look at the skill costs. So for that, we need a different table. Here we go. So like I said, this is a Magent class. That's right over here in the semi-spellcasters, right underneath the PM. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit for you. It just reset, didn't it? That's really kind of annoying. So I probably won't be able to click around and keep the zoom. Oh well. So what you'll see here, and I discussed this in the skills video way long time ago, there are no single development only, or develop as many as you want for a cost, or develop the first one at this cost and all the rest at another cost. Everything can be developed twice. Period. Only up to twice, no more than twice. You obviously don't have to develop it twice. But even things that are expensive, right? Like the 4th combat skill for Magi type people, right? Like a cleric, a druid, a magician. It's 2024. That's a lot of freaking development points. But you can do it if that's how you want to spend it. You know, that's just, and you know, the arcane and restricted spell lists for the fighter type people, super expensive. But you can do it if you want. But everything is exactly 2 skill costs. Never less, never more. Which also makes it much better on the Excel sheet magic. But they're also not per skill. They're per category. And some of the specializations, right? Like combat, you have the 4 weapon categories. There's only 4 weapon categories now. So you've got a cost for each one of those instead of 6 costs. and the different kinds of spell lists, whereas in Rolemaster 2, any kind of spell list you wanted to develop had the same spell list acquisition cost. Now, they've got them different between base and open, closed, and then they also have arcane, ritual magic, and restricted off on the side. It doesn't come with spell lists of those types, but that's more for, for probably future expansion work and, HR, home rule brewing. So anyways, languages are a lore skill. A lore skill for a magent is, I'm sorry, it's hard for you to see here, it's 2/4. So it's 2/4. It's 2/4 for every lore, period. Boom. All those are done already. Awareness is 2/3. Body development is under brawn. Again, that's the category. The category is brawn. 5/7. I remember we didn't spend any development points getting any of this stuff. The culture stuff was just given to you for free. Combat. Well, we kind of have to think about where we want strikes to be. This person probably would prefer unarmed. We were going with, or not unarmed, but one-handed edged weapons first, right? Classic short sword, dagger, backstabby kind of thing, slit in the throats kind of stuff. After that, the question is, do they want to go strikes or do they want to go to bows? If you're really good with bows, you can assassinate from a long range, but I mean, you're going to have to get a really good hit, even a Rolemaster, to kill someone like right off the bat. I mean, thankfully, if they're flat-footed, you're going to get a heck of a bonus. But I'm still going to go ahead and say that unarmed is going to be the backup of the backup, right? Like, that's a bad situation. That's partially what some of the magic is for, right? And some of the other skills is to not have to get into these situations in the first place. So we're going to give that the third combat skill. The third combat skill is 5/7. And then movement skills are 2/3. Science skills are, make sure I'm in the right place, 5/7s. Social skills are 2/3. Crafting skills are 3/4. Vocations are 3/4. I think everybody has it at 3/4. Yeah, everyone has it at 3/4. It's kind of like the general skill category in Rolemaster 2. It's like this is just normal living life, quite average stuff. So whatever your bent is from an adventuring kind of perspective, it doesn't really matter. Performance art 3/4. Okay, now we haven't bothered to put in the total ranks. We're not doing that, but these are the two things I wanted to do. Like I said, there is a professional bonus that's involved, but we're actually going to do that at the end when we've picked all the skills that we want up through level 1. So basically that would be the next video, okay? Probably be posted today as well. See ya.